Top 10 Best Anime of 2021.
お前がこれの主催？
はい。
The first anime on our list is Tokyo Revengers, coming in at number 10. Hailed by many as the next big thing, Tokyo Revengers is currently amongst the most popular Shonen Jump manga titles, and of course, its popularity skyrocketed after it received an anime adaptation. In terms of storytelling, Tokyo Revengers is fairly straightforward. There is time travel, but there isn't any complex physics involved. It's more or less about gangs and delinquents. The protagonist, named Takamichi, is a 26-year-old loser who ends up going back to when he was just a middle school student in order to fix the past. I'd say, if you want to see an underdog rising to glory, this is a series you should be watching or reading. At number 9, we have KEMONO JIHEN. Winter 2021 was an insanely surreal season of anime. We received plenty of sequels as well as some highly anticipated new titles, but maybe because there was so much hype around those shows that KEMONO JIHEN sorta slipped under the radar. However, it is still quite a treat to watch. As a battle shonen that focuses on preteens instead of teenagers, KEMONO JIHEN does well in portraying both the innocence and hot-bloodedness of these youngins. It fools you into thinking that it's a happy-go-lucky anime, and then slaps you in the face with its dark, twisted plot lines. At number 8, we have VANITAS no Carte, the case study of Vanitas. Written by the author of Pandora Hearts, VANITAS no Carte is an innovative and ambitious manga that does extremely well in bringing its ideas to life. It's been half a decade since the manga began serialization, and now in the year 2021, this gem finally received an anime adaptation. The first season aired this summer, and the second one will come out in January next year. As for its plot and what it brings to the table, VANITAS no Carte is essentially a journey about a man named Noe and his suspicious companion Vanitas. But it is so much more than that, as you'll find out once you get into this piece of art.
いや、油断した。あの赤い目。あいつもバンピールだったか。僕たち絶対にいける。いける。いけるかな。
Number 7, To Your Eternity. The first episode of this anime took the anime community by storm. Everyone was in awe and fascination over how beautiful yet heartbreaking this episode was. But it was still just the beginning. This is a story of an immortal and everlasting piece of matter who eventually ends up experiencing what it's like to be human. It starts off as a sphere and keeps taking the shape and identity of things until finally it takes the form of an animal and gains consciousness. I'd say if you enjoyed A Silent Voice, you should give this one a shot too. They're both by the same author.
僕、君にお願いがあるんだけど、僕のこと。
行け、ブタ！戦ってぶっ壊れちまえ。生意気な 86 ダブル！
At number 6, we have 8-6. Despite the fact that this anime name only comprises of 2 numerical digits, 8-6 is a thought-provoking tale which depicts brutal realities of war, oppression, racism, and slavery, all the while being extremely self-deliberating in its execution. It is a character-driven story which gradually established both itself and its world building. This makes the experience all the more surreal because everything is straightforward and has more substance. The anime adaptation aired this year. It was divided into 2 parts, of which the first part ended in June, while the second part is currently ongoing. I'd say if you enjoyed Code Geass, you won't go wrong with this anime either.
早速お悔やみ申し上げます、ハンドラー1。それはどういう？死神によろしく。
Alright guys, a quick question here. What are your top 10 animes for this year? Share your favorites in the comment section down below and maybe I'll make a video about them. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Well then, let's get back to the list. Number 5. VIVY's Fluorite Eye Song. Produced by the prestigious WIT Studio, VIVY is a visually appealing and emotionally conflicting tale whose premise mostly centers around the Hollywood cliches where robots take over everything. But the execution is a tad bit different than what we are used to when it comes to such films. The story begins in a world where artificial intelligence is destroying mankind left and right. It's quite literally the end of humans. However, in the middle of this nightmare, a scientist named Masamoto decides to go back into the past and stop this problem at its roots. The most integral component of his plan is Vivy. She is the first complete autonomous AI ever created, and during the apocalypse, she was the only one who wasn't corrupted into destroying all humans. Now, how will this story unfold? Definitely give it a shot if you've enjoyed Violet Evergarden. They are not similar, but they definitely give off similar vibes.
本当にあなたは未来から来たんですか？
本当です。あなたにはこれを防いでもらいたいんですよ。
Number 4. Osama Ranking of Kings. Another anime produced by WIT Studio, Osama Ranking is the talk of the town. It is the highest rated ongoing anime on my anime list, and the story is still in the beginning. It's hard to believe the level of appreciation and praise this anime has already received, even though only 6 episodes have come out at the time of writing this script. It may very well be modern day masterpiece by the time it ends. The only reason it isn't further up this list is because it hasn't ended yet. As for the story, it boils down as to how insecure and useless Prince begins his journey of conquering his fears, and the way it's told is surreal and awe-inspiring to see and experience. Number 3. Sonny Boy. Sonny Boy is an unusually thought-provoking anime with emphasis on the word unusual. As many have said before, this anime is a psychological experience. It is a work of art, symbolic in its nature, and clever in its metaphors. It gradually grows on you, so just be patient and you'll genuinely be surprised. As for the premise, it all happens one ordinary day when 36 students and their entire school just drifts into a different realm. Some of the students awaken supernatural powers, and before long, everyone realizes that this world has its own set of rules that everyone shall follow.
やっぱりここだ。はっきりと見える。
俺は質問されると選択肢が5つぐらい出てきて、その中からどれがベストか、そして誰も傷つけてないかを考えるから時間がかかるんだ。
Number 2. Odd Taxi. Odd Taxi is another mature and well thought out anime that gradually grows on you. The story centers around the protagonist named Hiroshi Odakawa. He is an odd and blunt walrus. He makes a living by driving taxis, and as he drives people around, he also meets plenty of interesting and unique individuals. That is, until his normal life turns upside down. A girl is missing and the police investigate, ultimately leading back to him. Not just the cops, but also the Yakuza are keeping a close eye on him. The humble man is definitely a bit shaken by this ordeal. Now, how will the story unfold from here on out? One thing I would like to point out is that even though everyone is an animal, they all act and feel like humans. This makes the story rather odd, yet also quite wholesome.
本当にしょうもないことに時間かけてんだな。
しょうもなくはない。大事なことなんですよ。いいねやフォロワーの数がそいつの値段と言っていいぐらい、就活でも判断基準にされてるぐらいね。
Number 1. Link Click. Link Click is a 11 episode long ONA series that came out this spring, and just like that, it not only became the highest rated Chinese anime, but also earned a spot amongst the top 25 highest rated animes of all time on my anime list. It is an anime that centers around its immaculate time travel storytelling and masterfully crafted mysteries. The story follows two friends named Cheng Xiaoshi and Lu Guang, who runs a time travel photo studio where they use their supernatural powers to jump into photographs, live through the events surrounding the photographs, and help their clients fulfill their wishes, all the while making sure that the future isn't unnecessarily altered. It sounds like an interesting story in theory and even better in its execution. Alright guys, what are your thoughts on these animes? Have you watched them? Are you planning on watching them? Share your thoughts in the comment section down below. Press that like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe, and leave a comment saying I subscribed, and I'll personally reply to your comment. Don't forget to mention your top 10 animes of 2021, especially if they aren't from this list. Well then, I'll see you guys on my next video.